Okay, I will start now. Thank you very much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you all. I know that it's a Friday and it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, but I promise you that this is a very interesting topic, and I hope that you also contribute with ideas and your own opinions. I have divided this webinar into two parts. The first part will be a short presentation of what the project has been about, what the main activities of the project have been, what results the project has proposed to carry out. And in the second part, it will be a freer, sort of more of a practical discussion-based session in which we will also talk about the practicality and practicalities of some of the activities that have been carried out during the project, some of the videos that so far have been created. And as we are all educators, we will try to focus on the educational and the point of view of adaptability of all of these materials. GrowGreen, you might ask what the sort of the relation is with the educational activity of our organization. Well, it is a very, very interesting topic because we are educators, but we also live and we are surrounded by a very, very sort of rich environment. And whatever topic we might teach, we always incorporate topics of environmental issues, protecting the environment, recycling, and all sorts of aspects that are quite hot topics at the minute. The main aim of GrowGreen is to help the new generations become more environmentally sensitive. On the other hand, there is a novelty in this project because we haven't directly worked with the target group. We haven't directly worked with the children themselves because there was a recognition that in order to get to the children, we have to change the perspective of the parents. Also, we were also thinking that parents are the primary influencers, so to speak, in the life of the children, and they can help the children change behaviors, maybe modify the behaviors. So one of the main target groups of this project have been the parents. And the parents of primary school, kindergarten and primary school age children. Now, you might ask us why we focused on this generation. And my answer is that children have to learn from a very, very young age how to respect nature, how to take care of nature, and how to be responsible sort of users of the natural environment. Working with parents is very, very important because the parents' generation haven't really received a comprehensive environmental education when they were school children. So this is what we are trying to do, that we are hoping to change the behaviors of the parents and implicitly change the behavior of the children as well. There is another twist in the story because we have focused on parents that are from disadvantaged backgrounds. They might come from rural areas. They might come from areas that are quite just far away from urban spaces. And also another target group that we have worked with is the educators, the group of educators who are also very, very important in the lives of the school children and kindergarten children. When they are not at home, these children are working at school and are working at kindergarten with these educators. And also we were hoping that the educators can also form productive and lucrative relationship with the parents and create environmentally impactful activities together. This was a small-scale project, which means that we only had one partner. This partner was NISTA from COPA, and NISTA is a language educational center, mainly teaching Italian, Slovene, English, but also carrying out similar environmentally sort of raising awareness type activities for their children. They work with lots of children and parents. They have lots of children's courses, and they take the time to organize these family type activities in nature. They are quite quite lucky. They have a really nice coast in the neighborhood, but they also have really nice mountains in the vicinity. It has been a very good partnership. We have met a few times. We had different project meetings. We also carried out 2 teacher training programs as well. I'm just trying to scroll to the slide that presents the meetings. Our kickoff meeting was held here in Cluj-Napoca. Then in March we met the team in Koper in Slovenia. This was the intermediate project meeting, and finally we had the NISTA team again here in Cluj for the final project meeting. We organized 2 train of the trainer activities. These were 1-week teacher training program, or train the trainer programs, in which trainers from NISTA visited Romania, Cluj, Romania, and vice versa. Trainers from Cluj visited NISTA in Slovenia. In this slide, in the pictures, you can see some of the activities that we have carried out, and these activities were very practical. We started from the needs, from the problems, and we were trying to focus on finding solutions and trying to think of possible solutions that could be carried out. For example, the NISTA team had to create a case study. They visited a village, a Transilvanian village. They evaluated the environmental issues that they observed in this village. Obviously, there is a lot of garbage throwing, and although there are some litter boxes, these are not enough. So obviously there is a lot of litter around the villages. We chose quite a big village. There are 600 inhabitants living in this village, and the NISTA team observed quite many problems that we discussed then in the case study. It was very interesting that they observed that the green spaces in the village haven't been used, haven't been utilized. Everything was very disorganized. The river banks were very dirty, lots of beer cans thrown all over the place. So they came up with very nice practical activities as to how parents and children could be made aware of making the village more like visitor friendly, cleaner, etc., etc. They also offered some practical ideas about the green spaces and how the green spaces can be sort of arranged and made community friendly, maybe putting benches there and cutting the grass and etc. They also observed the trails, the walking trails around Cluj-Napoca, and this was very interesting for them to see. There are no such walking trails in Koper and around that region in such an educational way. So again, we discussed about possible, family programs and family weekend outings that could be carried out along these walking paths and educational trails around Cluj-Napoca. They also spoke about protecting the traditional values. There was a practical activity carried out in the ethnographic museum, and it was really nice to hear some of the ideas that they came up that came up in this topic. The next training was held in Slovenia. And in Slovenia, we observed a very, very interesting feature. Actually, a very derelict, what used to be a derelict place of the part of town, was turned into a nature reserve, and this is the Scotian Nature Reserve. It's very, very interesting because in the 70s. The local government had this plan of building a humongous steel factory in this place. You can, in the middle of the slide, you can actually see the Scotian Nature Reserve, and you can see the port in the background. So basically, they had this idea of building this humongous steel factory, and it was a very lucky turnout because many activists and environmentalists actually protested against the construction of the steel factory, and then another plan took shape, which meant that they actually turned this place into this reserve where all sorts of birds managed to come back, and they have wild horses in this region, and it is quite a big sort of territory. You need at least half a day to walk around it, and at the moment there are very, very many species of frogs, lizards, bees living in this area, and we were very, very impressed to see how an urban territory can be switched and changed back into a natural territory. So this nature reserve is actually a man-made nature reserve, but it has sort of established now, and it doesn't show any human sort of interference. Also, there was a visit at a farm, and we were observing how farmers can produce their own local foods and be self-sustaining. how local tourism can be helped with the help of these sustainable tourism ideals. So here at the farm, basically we were studying, beekeeping. We were studying how poultry can sort of give our daily food, and this farm is actually an educational farm where they have groups of kindergarten children and primary school children actually digging the potatoes and actually weeding the gardens. So they have this community garden area as well. All in all, the trainers gathered further experience that helped them develop a course curriculum, a sort of a course curriculum, and the basics of the 3 educational videos that were created as the main topic and the main result of the project. All in all, 4 educators took part in the training activities, and in turn, they then delivered the knowledge that they gathered during these training sessions here as well, locally, because they organized workshops with the parents. 30 parents attended the workshop in Cluj-Napoca, and in turn 30 parents attended the local workshops in Slovenia as well. The workshops took part last year between between October and March, so we had quite a large time frame. The parents' workshops focused on different ideas, different topics. We were mainly focusing on developing parents' knowledge, skills, and attitudes of how to raise awareness, how to provide environmental education for their children, but most importantly, how to create healthy habits and how to be role models for their children. And this was in the hope that maybe a greener future generation can be raised then. Also, we created a curriculum based on the training activities during the 2 training programs, and we tested the curriculum on the parents within these local workshops with the parents. We tested the practical activities, and we gathered feedback during the workshops. It was a very precious moment for us, because during the local workshops for parents, we could establish the main ideas and the main topics for the 3 educational videos that you might have seen, or if not, later on during the webinar, we will view them, and we will also discuss about how they could be valorized in an educational environment. These videos that are the main results of the GrowGreen project, we focused on 3 main aspects. One of the videos, the first video, is focusing on raising awareness about environmental educational issues and how we could protect the environment. And it also, all of the videos contain practical aspects, practical activities for parents to carry out and maybe bring into the household. Another video focuses on environmental education, the state of environmental education in Romania and in Slovenia, the stages where environmental education is at the moment. And again, it contains practical activities and ideas. The third video is all about how parents should be and could be role models for their children. Children obviously copy, imitate behaviors, imitate practices. So in this video, we offer tips for parents as how they could be more eco-friendly and how they could involve their children in this eco-friendly way of life. All in all, the educational videos having the target has been that we gather 150 views for the videos. We are very happy that we have many more. Hopefully now that you are viewing the videos as well, the number of views goes up even further. And this is a very happy moment for us because a lot of work and a lot of research has been put into these videos, and it's very nice for us to see that yes, people are interested and people and the videos have made an impact. Thank you so far. And I would like to stop here for a short Q&A session before moving on with the practical activities. I will stop sharing now. Okay, and you can ask me about any of the stages of the project and maybe aspects that haven't been clarified. No? No questions? Okay. Let's carry on then with the practical side of things. And here, if you all agree, we will also do some breakout room activities. Are you up for it? Do you have time for that?
Yes.
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 Okay. First, I would like you to do a little activity. That I really like, and it has helped me in certain situations, and I've learned it during the GrowGreen project. Let me just share it with you. It is called the 5 senses. And I would like you to carry it out as well, okay? So I'm going to give you about a minute or two for you to just think about, close your eyes, that's very important, and try to be aware of 5 things that you can see. Well, obviously you will close your eyes after you see these things. Try to observe 4 things that you can hear around you, 3 things that you can feel on your skin, okay? 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Okay, just take a minute. When you're done, please click on the Jamboard that you have the link of the Jamboard below. And could you please add your ideas? You have 5 Jamboards for the 5 different sections. And it would be very interesting for us to see what you come up with. Okay? I will check the Jamboard as well. I'll stop sharing because all of you have the PowerPoint presentation, and maybe you can open it on your own computers. Because I would like to open the Jamboard here. When you have managed to observe the space around you, please enter what you have observed on the Jamboard sheets. How's it going? Yeah, very many things included in the first section. Okay, let me just share it with you, but you can also see it, I think, on your computers as well. Okay, some things are starting to appear for things that you hear. Okay, thank you for this. Lots of things have appeared for different objects, different things that you can see around you. Again, quite many sounds that you can hear around you. Which was the most difficult category in your opinions to observe? What did you observe with somewhat difficulty?
Maybe things I can smell and things I can feel.
Okay.
Things I
Okay.
can feel as well.
Okay.
Same here.
Yeah. All right. Now, how did you feel doing this activity? Did it take long to carry it out? Were you feeling uncomfortable carrying?
But the part where we had to say 2 or 3 things that we feel was a bit like, what do I feel now? It was like surprising. I didn't know what to say, what to write.
Yes, yes. Now, we did this activity in a totally different environment, but this was very good as well because the main idea is this is a mindfulness activity that brings you here into the present. We carried it out in nature. We carried it out in natural surroundings where the impact is totally different. We observed different colors. We observed colors and maybe some sights that were quite unexpected for us because, you know, we take nature for granted. Maybe we weren't aware of how many different sounds we could hear at that particular moment. It was quite interesting to see or to sense how many different smells there were in nature. And this was a mindfulness activity that we can like as educators we can carry out with children, and we can raise awareness of children as to what is around them. They walk in nature, but their senses are not open. Okay, so this type of activity helps open their senses. Now, I really wanted to carry out this activity here in our surrounding as well, because we can adapt it in any sort of teaching environment. How do you think that you could utilize it with your own students, for example? Do you think it would be a useful activity to carry out, regardless of age, at the beginning of your lessons when your students arrive, and just to help them observe the present and to sort of arrive? Do you think it would be a useful activity to carry out with them?
Yes, definitely, because it's very interesting regarding the vocabulary also. To see if we can improve.
Delia, which age group do you think that would be useful for this activity to be carried out with?
I think we can do this kind of activities with all levels of age.
Okay.
Because we can smell, I don't know, the coffee, or we can smell a toy.
Okay. Also, I carried out this activity. It was advised to me to carry out this activity when I'm out of focus. You don't really need the natural environment. You can just adapt it in any sort of situation. And it just took me 2 minutes just to, well, I'm exaggerating, 1 minute, just to observe where I am, observe the present, and my concentration just clicked back into place. Okay, now you teach adults, you teach children, you teach teenagers in different environments. In some environments there are gardens, in other environments there are just the four walls. So yes, what I'd like you to what I'd like to say, that maybe you can observe the big picture. Maybe you can observe sort of enlarge the walls of the classroom and utilize the space that is given to you. Okay. Let's move on to following activity, and in this activity. I would like us to talk about different aspects of environmental education. I have devised 5 questions for Group A and 5 questions for Group B. Please have the slides open on your computers when you enter the breakout rooms to talk to your partners with. I would like you to just talk about these questions and maybe share your ideas. You might not know very many things about the environmental situation of environmental education in our country, but still it is very important that we start talking about it and we start sharing ideas and opinions about it. Okay, so I will manually set up 2 breakout rooms. Okay, and please join to discuss the questions with your partners. Room 1, you will discuss the questions for Group A, and Room 2, you will discuss the questions for Group B. Here we go. Okay, please join the rooms that you are assigned to. welcome back to the main session. Certainly some very, very interesting discussions have been going on. Okay, I'm very, very happy that these questions got you thinking. All in all, let's just try to end this activity with a question and with this short feedback. Who is responsible for the children's environmental education at a young age? Is it the teachers or is it the parents? What do you think?
Parents. First of all, parents.
Parents, and then both.
Both. I think both, because they are spending more time with their educators than with us.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Yes. We recognized in this in this project as well that the primary influencers are the parents, but inevitably, as Alexandra has mentioned, the children spend lots and lots of time with their educators as well. And the educators have a special connection with the parents. They can create a community. This is why the second main target group of the project was educators. Just to show you an image that we were focusing on during this project, is the egocentrical and the ecocentrical way of living. Now, let's just have a very short discussion about what attitudes we would need to change in order to have an ecocentric attitude to life. What are your views on this topic?
So I love the images, and I think that it's very important for us to descend from this to descend from this status of being the masters of our world, because we are not, and just being part. So to be more humble. I think
very okay.
To be more humble. So yes.
Very valid, very valid. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to contribute to Alexandra's idea?
I think that, we should all understand that every little thing has its own purpose, and we are not entitled to destroy anything or to take for granted anything, but to try to take care of the things that surround us.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe another opinion before we go on to the last activity?
I just couldn't not notice that men are above women at the egocentric view.
This is a good point, Tiny. Yes.
I also wanted to
Yeah.
that fact. Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Okay. Yeah, I think these two images really sort of express the humbleness that Alexandra has mentioned. And yes, we have to have this symbiosity with the other creatures that surround us. Thank you very much for this. In the next activity, and this will be the last activity of the day, and I do thank you very much for joining me today. I would like to work with you on the 3 videos that have been produced as the main result of the project. Now I was split you into 3 breakout rooms, and each of the breakout rooms, each of the groups will view one of the videos. Obviously, in your spare time, you have the link. The GrowGreen videos are uploaded on the YouTube channel, the GrowGreen YouTube channel. And let's try to view the videos and to talk about how we could use the videos as teaching materials, teaching and learning materials. We obviously teach different subjects. We don't necessarily teach hardcore environmental education. We are educators, though, and in every sort of phase of our teaching, a little bit of, like drops of environmental education and raising awareness can be included, incorporated. Okay, so try to consider these materials as teaching and learning materials, and let's talk about how you would valorize these materials in your own classes. Whether you teach children, adults, here I thought about one teaching activity for children and one teaching activity for adults, but try to just think about your own contexts, your own students, and just try to come up with one teaching idea that you would have. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I will stop sharing so that I can split you into the breakout rooms. Okay, yeah, I've opened the rooms and you can join now. I was muted. Welcome back. Yeah, that will join in a second. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for this activity. Did you find any interesting ideas that you could maybe use with children? Let's start with children and teenagers, and then we will wrap the discussion up, and then we will talk about adults and possible activities to carry out with adults, meaning the parents of the children as the main focus. So what about children? Have you thought about some activities to carry out?
We had some ideas with some activities with children. Preparing food from the, I don't know the word, from the food.
The ingredients?
In ingredients which are already prepared in the fridge, and we don't want to eat anymore, but they are good to be eaten, and to prepare new food, to invent new food. I know there are a lot of culinary shows.
Yes,
in order to educate us not to throw food, the garbage, but to reuse the salads, or I don't know what.
Very interesting.
It could be a good idea.
Yes.
For children, but we have to. We need a place and the ingredients to make this.
Yes.
Or they can film themselves at home. To register themselves at home doing this, and then presenting the film, the movie in school.
Very, very good idea. I really like this idea.
Target language also would be done this.
Very nice, very nice. And what about adults? Let's come up with or talk about an activity that you have come up for adult learners. Anything that maybe you discussed about?
At the same topic?
Sorry? Yes.
For the same topic?
Either for the same topic or for I'm addressing the other teachers as well. Maybe with the other videos you had other ideas for adults.
We were talking in our group about starting from this kind of videos, from general to particular. So what can I do? Because the adults have this need to make the information their own, or to bring the information closer to their own activities or interest and so on. And we could do project-based homework for starting from these topics, or as a debate, organizing a debate. But our ideas were centered around vocabulary and speaking activities.
Yes.
Yes, and we discussed also the level, because you cannot, from our opinion, you cannot use this kind of these videos because of the vocabulary used of beginners. So B1 and up to.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, I do thank you for joining me. The good news is that these videos have subtitles in Romanian, Hungarian, Slovene and Italian. You might not teach Slovene, but we certainly teach, you certainly teach Italian as well. So maybe you can valorize the English videos with the subtitles for courses of other languages as well. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed the videos as well. I hope that it put things into perspective, and yes, you will be sort of fighters of the future generation to be more eco-sensitive, eco-friendly, and yes. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you too, Gyeonggi. It was very interesting.
It was very interesting. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.